Hi, my name is Rhummanee. I am a poet, dancer, and community organizer based in Oakland, California. I'm also co-director of APAL, Building API Community Power, where we work with API, Asian Pacific Islander youth, to build on their leadership and create community change. My family is from Cambodia, Cambodia. So the last time I was there, it was 2019, and the trip was for two reasons. The first was because we missed our family. Most of my family is still there. The second reason is because over a decade ago, my brother committed a crime, went to jail, and has since become deportable. In Cambodia, a few days before I was actually supposed to come back home, I called to check in with my brother, who was house sitting. And he ends up telling me that he got a letter from Immigration and Customs Enforcement, from ICE, telling him that in a couple of weeks he was to turn himself in. And I was really distraught by this news. I was heartbroken. The very fact that I was in Cambodia was it was hard for me to take in. And so I knew that I had to get something from my hotel room, so I left the breakfast table in the lobby and went upstairs to go do that. As I was walking back to the elevator, I noticed that all the windows were open, because Cambodia and it's hot, and a bird comes through the window, sits perched there for a second, and then comes past me down the other hallway. As it goes past me to the other hallway, down the other hallway, it smacks into the floor-to-ceiling window that was there. And then I just watched it fall to the ground and lay there still for what seemed like forever. And through that same window that the bird just came through comes another bird and goes past the elevator, down the same hallway, and I thought that it was going to also hit the window. And this time it actually flew down to that bird that was on the floor, stays with it for a little bit, and then effortlessly they flew out, found their way out the window. And for me in that moment, it was still, I wasn't really sure what to do. I wasn't really sure how to take that in, and what it kind of did for me was kind of foreshadow what the next couple of months was going to be. When I got home to Oakland, I let my whole community know. I let my job know. I let my friends know about what was going on with my family and myself. And the place where I was working at the time worked with first-generation Cambodian refugees. So this was a mental health organization with wraparound services. Everybody had gone through some major loss. And they really rallied behind my family to be able to do what needed to be done to keep the community here. It turns out that my brother wasn't the only person that was being targeted. The Bay Area was experiencing an ICE sweep, and altogether there were maybe 6 or 7 community members in the Bay Area that was being targeted for deportation. The next couple of months, I watched us as we filled up buses to go to Sacramento, to rally. I watched all these elders who are monolingual walking down the hallways, lobbying with policymakers, telling their stories. Me there in tears to help translate and interpret for them. Went down to City Hall multiple times to pass several resolutions saying that the city doesn't support this, the community doesn't support this. And after all that, up and down the state, we managed to save 11 people from deportation, either through having their convictions vacated, bringing them home from ICE, or they've gotten a pardon from the governor. And my brother was one of them. And so I think about that often. I think about that moment often in Cambodia, where with the 2 birds, and I didn't think that it was me and my brother necessarily, but that was totally a moment where I felt like it was the community lifting each other up, waiting for each other so that we can find a way out of this. And so it was a very it was a meaningful experience for me to go through that, and to go through that with my family, to be able to continue to fight for my community, and this time seeing it how it plays out with my own family, made me love this movement, made me love this community even more. It really showed us what it means when we say community care, when we say that we got us, when we say that we got each other. This is what it looked like, and we were able to save, numerous families from this fate that is so unjust and unfair.